Hey folks, Ben with M2C here. Just doing a little video on how to put the SAW 16 on an RT80. So when you get it, this will be on different pallets. But we'll have the SAW body, arm and cylinder, traverse, and the RT80 adapter kits. So all of this will go on a bare tractor like this. So just take off whatever implement you have, and then we'll be ready to slap it together. So first thing to start with is these here. The 4 holes go on the tractor. Okay, now that we got these on, inside of the frame rails, we're going to take these bolts back out because they were just holding it there. And the valve assembly can be put in place.
We got in here.
And it's just putting the bolts back in. Now's a good time to hook up your hydraulics, which hopefully you marked them when you took off your other implement here. You're going to have pressure, a return, and case drain. So one of these is going to get capped and zip tied up inside the frame of the tractor. This one, the one that's leaking the most, is typically the case drain. And then the pressure here will go up. It's not the exact geometry that Ditch Witch had, so just doing this one because it was leaking on the floor first. So and we'll come back when I got this connected here. This one here just gets zip tied up and hides away, and then this one here that just kind of naturally goes over. That's your case drain, and we'll talk about that when we put on the bulkheads. So now we're going to put the bulkhead plate on for, switching from Ditch Witch to us. So I don't know exactly which one I need to put where. So this is kind of trial and error with regards to which direction your motor will spin. So you're going to have to play with it a little bit. When we top, that's the bottom. You want to put the bulkhead fittings on before you bolt it up, otherwise you won't be able to bolt it. Moving the hoses. This part here, it'll kind of fight you a bit to get it up in there. And alright, came into a little bit of a snag because this one's got had a different attachment. So these two are your hoses. We're going to have to go get 2 new ones made, just slightly shorter. Okay, we had to get new hoses because this tractor, I don't know what attachment it had. But typically, if you're changing from a saw to our saw, you don't need to do that. This will kind of fight you the whole way putting it in. So we'll come back with the video when I have this connected here, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, an important thing to notice. Which side you have the holes on. I had this put on upside down, so that's what made putting those hoses on really hard. So now that that is there, it's acting more like it would with the stock hoses. So Dad, just want to bring that in. Since we're having a forklift is really nice for this. You can do it with a mini, with a skid steer, with bottle jacks. Got one bolt started there. This is where the shim goes. It might be Might fight you just a little bit, but that's just the way shims go. I got the traverse on, all bolted up. That's the last of the bolts that have to be, or the 5/8 bolts that have to be tightened. Got all those hoses there, and you got your pressure and your return, and your case drain from the motor. So that's the whole tractor side done. The rest is assembling a saw 16. We have a slight issue with the elevation because this tractor is so much taller. So you want the bottom of your frame to be somewhere between 11 and 14 inches. Otherwise, you can't set the saw down to the ground. So change that, put the arm on the saw. That's pretty self-explanatory. 3 pins lining everything up. The next is the hoses. We have all of the hoses. We got a sticker on there showing where things go, and it should be, again, pretty self-explanatory of where they mount. And the only thing is these ones, and we'll talk about that when we plumb up the motor. Okay, so their stickers should be pretty self-explanatory. These two, your side shift. These ones are the kind of weird ones. You got a short one, it's going to go to your case drain circuit. So we'll put this run T in place. And the other side of that one will go to the lift cylinder. This lift cylinder, you can see it has a breather on it. It's turning this in from a double acting cylinder into a single acting cylinder, so we can't put down force on the saw body. And then these here just kind of go up and in, and they'll attach. So it should be all the small lines now, and these ones I left loose just so I can get them to lay nicely. So now you can come back here and tighten all these down, and then you're gonna keep your caps and plugs that we send you. The last is your big hoses. You got ones with 45s and straights. 45s go on the tractor side. Kind of line them out. They will look long, but it's that way on purpose. Okay, this is what I was saying. You're going to have to play with this to get your rotation correct, because we have to change those hoses. So we're going to put it on one way, test the motor, if it spins correctly, that's it, you're done. Spins backwards, just take these 2 lines and swap them. Be very careful. Don't put any pressure on this line. We made this one for the RT80 conversions a different size. For our other ones, they're all the same. So you don't want to put pressure on your case drain, you'll blow out your motor. So I'm going to put these on and we're going to test it and see which direction it spins. There you have it. It's assembled. So that took however long this video will edit to, and it'll take that many minutes. So it's about 3, maybe 4 hours if you have everything laid out and ready. This one took a little longer because we had the issue of the tractor height being different than standard. But there it is at its maximum side shift to the right. And these hoses that did look long before, they're about correct for what you'll be running if you're all the way to the right. So that's hopefully it made sense and you guys can follow along. If not, you can always give me a call. I'll answer my phone any time of day or night for any issues that you have.